Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone's day is going well. Appreciate you guys for joining. Got a few people in here already. I see 6 people. So, what's up to everyone? If you're in here, just say what's up. I tried to interact as much as I could before. It seems like everyone had technical issues today. So, I don't know if it's StreamYard or what, but both me and one of my guests had technical issues. So, decided to push it back a little bit. So yeah, we're just gonna get started because I do see quite a few people in here already. So the first guest that I'm gonna bring up, he's been on here a few times. A great guy that I met on Clubhouse. Really passionate about tech. Very experimental with tech as well. So first, we're just gonna bring up Ace Rocks Tech.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Galen? Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. Appreciate you for joining as always.
Sure.
So yeah, how's the content coming?
Yeah, the content, it's coming and it's going. I
Hmm.
kind of got on a shorts kick there for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
And have you
been,
seen like traffic from that and everything, or how's
yeah,
shorts go?
it's kind of funny it's less time. It's only 45 seconds to 60 seconds or shorter. And
Hmm.
as far as view time hours. For the traffic that I get on my bigger videos, my long form content videos, I average about the same
Okay.
view time hours. And they get, the shorts, they get the thousand or so,
Hmm.
views. And then like smaller videos, that I do. Um, but I don't, yeah, it's funny. It's just like they all seem to
Yeah.
average out to the same view
Yeah,
hours.
it's an
So I don't
interesting
know.
algorithm. It feels like they're trying to
Yeah.
compete with TikTok, but not at the same time. It's a
Yeah, and they're
really
really
weird thing to
pushing,
break.
from what I understand, they're really pushing shorts right now. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I have
I've
to get
I've
back
I've
on that.
actually I've got another Pixel 6 video that I need to do, that I want to do, and that you can't do that in a short. I got too much to say
Yeah,
about it. So,
yeah.
and getting this new studio set up and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Uh, so I think that's kind of where I was doing shorts, was to keep, because I'm still in transition and moving stuff around to do my long form videos or whatever.
I
Or I'm just
gotcha.
procrastinating. Who knows?
So yeah, I hope your creative juices get going again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're getting there. They're getting there.
I gotcha. So the next person I'm gonna bring up, he's been on here a few times. Actually, I'm a huge fan of his TikTok content, and we just ended up connecting on Twitter as well. Pretty good relationship. Pretty cool guy. One of the most chill guys you'll ever meet. Very humble. We got Miles Above Tech in the building.
Hey everybody, I'm going all purple today, so that's a fun thing. I think purple's become my
Yeah,
favorite
that's why
color
you
this
switched
past month.
hats.
Purple's
Yeah,
good. Purple.
different things. But yeah, hope everybody's night's going well so far. It's been a nice week, honestly, in terms of content. Can't really
Hmm.
complain.
That's good. That's good. What are you working on next? Anything big coming
Um,
up?
I have two. So I have a OnePlus giveaway that we're doing. We're giving away 8 pairs
Okay.
of OnePlus Buds Z2.
Nice. Nice.
So that's one positive thing. Got another sponsored post, and I just got final word that I'm gonna be headed out to South by Southwest for Samsung and Billboard. So that's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
awesome, man. That's
Real cool.
great.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff's happening this next month and a half. Honestly,
So yeah, next time you're up, I'll definitely like have to drop a link for your TikTok or something. I'm like really unprepared with this. Definitely gonna
honestly, it's
start
all
like
good.
dropping links from my guests. But yeah, let's just hop into it. I got a few tech articles today, and then we will just cap off the stream talking about Samsung because they've been huge the past 2 weeks or so, and pre-orders have gone live since the last time that I went live. So yeah, let's just pull up a few tech articles. So today, I don't know if these are released yet, but they announced. I saw Linus Tech Tips had a video on it. They released some open style. They're called the Link earbuds. $180. These are by Sony, and what makes them unique is that they don't like really have like a silicone tip or anything to go inside of your ear. The fit is made so that it actually like fits your ear, kind of like how wingtips and things like that fit.
hmm
So Miles definitely says he wants a pair. Why is that?
So you know what? It reminds me a lot of the Galaxy Buds Live. right? But like a better
Okay.
version of them. Because the one
Hmm.
issue I had with the Buds Live is that they were trying to be something they weren't supposed to be, and they're like almost like open earbuds, but at the same time they're trying to push noise cancellation, which it never really did much of that.
Hmm.
And this one, it kind of takes that passive noise to like the next level by literally having an opening for your ear with the speaker itself. And what I heard is that the microphones are really good on these earbuds.
Okay.
Are they perfect? What I've seen from so far? No, but
Hmm.
they're an interesting take on earbuds we haven't seen before, which I love to see. And it's almost like the Buds Plus, but like Buds Live version of it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm kind of like curious to see if like other companies will follow suit. If this will like become a
Mm,
trend, because it's most likely going to be more comfortable. Like it may not like fit like in terms of like just like activity and everything. Like it may fall out easier, but I
mhm.
definitely think it's going to be more comfortable than having something like jabbed in your ear. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see if other companies will take this take as well. What do you think about these earbuds, Ace?
They I'm looking at them here, and when I look at the part that goes in your ear, they're like rounded. Kind of
Hmm.
reminds me of, remember the old not AirPods, but Airbuds or whatever they used to call them. That they were just round before they did the whole canal thing.
Hmm. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
Um,
about.
yeah. So the silicone. They look, silicone coated, so that could be comfortable. Just concerning about, round, because I remember those round things. I didn't like having them in my ears, and I've actually personally I've kind of digressed. I've done the AirPods, I've done AirPods Pro, I've done the Liberty 3 Pros, I've done
Uh-huh.
the series the Galaxy Series A, and I've
Hmm.
gone back to, and I tote these around with me, and I've just gone back to just the regular Gen 2 AirPods. To me, those are, I've come to the realization I don't like anything in my ears. So,
Uh-huh.
you know,
You just like it
they're
to sit instead of having
just
it
to
like
sit
feel
inside
like a
and,
fit. Yeah.
yeah. And I guess I'm one of the small percentage of persons that, I don't have issues with them popping out left or
Hmm.
right. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think personally I would ever buy this design. I just like I'm the type that likes just having things jabbed in my ear for like better passive noise cancellation and just
Right.
having a tight fit and everything. That's just my preference. Definitely can be good for someone else though. Really curious to see if other companies like follow suit though, because Sony is huge in the earbuds game right now.
The one thing
Definitely.
that I don't understand, honestly, with all these earbuds coming out now, how is
Mhm.
OnePlus Buds Pro one of the few headphones that have multi-point connection still, and they
Yeah, it's
updated it
very
to
few.
have it? Like these new ones from Sony don't have that. It's one feature everything. I feel like every premium earbud should have to differentiate themselves. And once OnePlus updated the OnePlus Buds Pro to have that, one of my favorite earbuds to use. Do I use it every day? No, only because I'm always testing different earbuds, but like these are one of my favorite ones, like go-to ones. It's just I wish they were designed a little bit better for fit, but for like
Hmm.
sound and connection, I'm just surprised no other company, like
Yeah.
Samsung, Sony, all of them, they don't have this multi-point connection where they can just automatically switch back and forth without you having to toggle anything.
So Soundcore does.
Yeah,
That's
Soundcore does.
I'm like really Soundcore is like so underrated. I really hope they blow up. Like I feel like the Liberty 3 Pros, like a lot of people like in the tech space bought those. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's like translating to regular consumers, but literally like everyone on my Twitter has a pair
I
of the Liberty 3 Pros or tried the Liberty 3 Pros.
I haven't tried them. I tried the Liberty 2 Air Pros before. Wasn't a fan of them. I honestly didn't. A lot of people like them. I didn't like them in terms of comfort and sound. But it
Hmm.
seems like the ones you're talking about, the Pros, not the Air Pros, those
Yeah.
ones a lot of people like. A lot of people. But I never see anybody using the expensive sound cores in public ever. I see the cheaper ones. I don't see the
Okay.
expensive ones.
Yeah, so I started off like the first pair of Soundcore earbuds I had were like the original like Liberty Airs, like the
Mhm.
pencil like design, and then I started like getting them. I've pretty much had like every generation of the Airs after that, and then I just got like my first pair of Pros, and it's literally like night and day. The sound is so much better on the Pros, and the fit is ridiculously better too with like the wingtips
Mhm.
and the
Yeah, the
silicone
Liberty
tip
3 Pros,
combination.
I couldn't find the right fit. I mean, I know they did all the wing tips and all. Yeah, and I don't know if it's just me, but every time that I would
Hmm.
use the Liberty 3s, I'd always have to like pay attention on how to put them in my ear. Like
Mhm.
taking them out of the case, it just didn't flow naturally to put it in my ear like, like AirPods or even the Pixel Series A's, it's like I had to
Yeah,
pay attention to how to put them in. It was kind of
Yeah.
weird.
yeah. Yeah, I loved the Pixel Buds A, but just for the software integration and for the fit, like I really
For
loved what they
Yeah.
did. They
They
tried to
work
make
really
it kind
good
of
with
like
the Pixel.
Yeah, they tried to make it like AirPods, so like when you open up the
Yeah.
case or whatever, you get a few quick settings. I thought that was like really cool. I
yeah,
wish more Android OEMs would do that.
Oh.
for some reason for me the Pixel Buds A, I wanted to love them a lot because I love the way they look in my ears, like in terms of earbuds
Hmm.
design. But for some reason, that
Mhm.
wingtip would just always cause my ear to be sore, no matter how long I wore them. No matter how
Yeah,
long I
that
wore
was
them,
the same problem I had. Was those that little
they
rubber
weren't long
fingertip
enough.
thingy?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
they weren't long
yeah.
enough, so that
Exactly.
tip was just jabbing into my ear the entire time, even though it wasn't very hard. And then Beats It's Pro or whatever
Yeah,
those were
Beats.
called, those new ones. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The new Beats ones have the one that go completely in the top of your ear, which I'm like, that's what the Pixel Buds A should have had for design. And everybody loves those Beats in terms of comfort. So that's the
Hmm.
one knock I have for that. The Pixel Buds A also have some cool features I like. Like when you turn down the volume, they have the setting to keep the bass like still like nice now and all that. Are they the best sounding earbuds? No, but I do like the software they have behind them. They could. I
Yeah,
feel like the comfort could be better.
I
Yeah, I use
gotcha.
these now for my work computer. Like
Hmm.
if I have to step away for a quick moment, but I can still, Bluetooth in so I can hear if somebody's trying to communicate with me. And
Yeah, and
plus,
I love that they have no
I don't know if you
pressure.
guys know this, but the backs of these things are totally magnetic. Like the bottom of my desk is magnetic.
Oh, really?
So I just,
Really?
yeah,
Let's try
yeah,
it out.
they're totally magnetic.
That's
It's
cool.
cool.
I
I
really
think it has something to do with
yeah.
the Pixel stand. I think it has
Okay.
something to do with the new Pixel stand, kind of.
What in the world? That's kind of crazy.
Right?
Uh,
They just stick the
Wow,
bottom of
that's
your desk.
crazy. That's
they just
strong.
It
What in the
is.
world?
that's actually really strong. That's
That's
surprising.
hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna catch up to
Um,
some of these comments really quickly. Okay, hi Kia, hope your night's going well. Ramal's in the building, appreciate that, bro. What's up, Arthur? How you doing? Lewis from Tech for Your Needs.
Lewis.
What's up, Raji? And Ramal said shorts are fun. Shorts are fun when they're hitting, for sure.
Hmm.
yeah,
I
Dude,
mean,
I
mine
if
don't
have one
hit
short.
at all. I
I
haven't
have
had one short hit.
I have one short that's up
that's
to
crazy.
24,000 views, and
Hmm.
every 48 hours it stays right about 300. It's
Yeah, I
That's
get
constant. It's one of
interesting.
those evergreen type
Yeah.
shorts. So it
yeah,
was
I
pretty
need to
neat.
post more to shorts. I don't post enough, but I haven't had one video get over 500 views on shorts. It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Um, and even on Instagram, I get more than that. But it's just me not pushing myself. Even though YouTube's like, "Hey, Miles, come to Shorts. We'll give you stuff if you come to Shorts, please."
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, I need to start doing that more. But it's good that you're having some traction at least on your
yeah,
side.
Hmm.
I average about 1,000 views on,
That's
and
pretty good.
I've gotten like 2,000 on some, and
That's good.
24,000 on others. So yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good.
no,
Not too bad.
that's good. That's really good though.
Yeah.
I'm still in the camp of not much.
Okay, Michael
But
Pepper
yeah, they're
Tech
fun.
said Liberty 3 Pros have multi-point. These actually do too. These are the Soundcore Q30s. Yeah, the Q30s, they also have multi-point. Um,
Is my mic
passive
the one humming?
aggressor.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick. It might be mine. I might change it.
Oh, no problem. Take your time.
Hmm.
Passive aggressor said, "Man, I picked up the Liberty 3 Pros today and sold the Beat Fit Pros 5 minutes. I heard those weren't that good. Were those the ones that cost 150? The ones that came out like
I think so.
within the past few months?
No, that's the Beats. That's the other one. The Beats Fits Pro. They're the ones that use the same stuff as the AirPods Pro.
Okay, gotcha.
I heard a lot of people love those, so that's I guess the Liberty 3 Pros are that good if you switch them out.
I gotcha. So he said Hair ID is for real. I don't think I've ever set up Hair ID because I'm super impatient. So, yep, I got the Liberty 3 Pros a couple of months ago when they were on sale for 90. Yep, I actually I got mine off of a Twitter sale. I got my second pair off of a Twitter sale. I got my first pair from a friend because but one of them went out there. Okay, someone's mic is humming. Okay, gotcha.
I don't know if
Oh, is
it's
that my
mine.
mic?
It might
I
be
think we're
mine,
good now.
honestly.
I think we're good now.
Michael, I've been muted. If you didn't hear it before, that means it's my mic. I'm using a cheap mic right now, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
And now you're good, man. We're about to talk about mics in a second, actually.
I'm using a free mic.
I'm using a Tonar mic. I'm at the bottom of the barrel right now.
I don't even remember the name of this mic.
Okay, and Sharkfin said, "What's up, Galen, and distinguished panel and fellow chatters?" So, speaking of mics, we're gonna just go into. I'm gonna skip something, and we're just gonna go into this right here. Okay, so Deity they did a little bit of a leak the other day. They dated it 2/17, 2022. So that is on Thursday this week. So it looks like they're coming out with a new mic. Just from the design, it looks like it's some sort of streaming mic, which are usually the only type of microphones that I'm interested in. And my hopes for it is that it has USB instead of XLR because I just don't want to pay for an XLR interface. Really curious to see what Deity does with that because they do a really good job at keeping mics priced pretty well and still having like amazing quality. Like I know a lot of people use Deity for their cameras, like for their what do you call it?
The
Can't think of
mini.
the they use the wireless ones. Like the Mini is the wireless one. What do you call a microphone that you put on top of a camera? Can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
Shotgun mic?
Yep, that's what it is. A shotgun mic. They make
The
they
shotgun
make a
mic?
ton of shotgun mics, and they do make those wireless ones like Miles said as well, like the Mini and the Duo or whatever. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what they do with that, and really curious about the pricing because right here on Amazon, everything is like priced pretty well, like way cheaper than other major audio brands, and they do a really good job with them. They sound really good just from watching videos with them being used.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
hopefully you'll be able
I
to
had
turn
the
off the
Pocket
lights.
Wireless. I bought it.
Hmm.
The only thing is I had a DD Pocket Wireless. I think I just had like a faulty cable because when I had to return. I've returned it 'cause for some reason my USB-C to 3.5 had a weird humming noise, but when I used USB-C to USB-C, it went away completely and sounded amazing. I don't know which one they're sending me this time. I think I had just I did something to the cord and it got messed up. But
I gotcha.
the way it sounded to other wireless mics I've had, it sounded really good.
I
Uh,
gotcha.
but I hope because I need to buy a mic and I've been waiting to buy a mic. I
Hmm.
hope this is a USB mic because as soon as
Yeah.
I don't want to buy a whole XLR setup and have to worry about even more cords on my desk that I
Yeah.
don't even
Exactly.
want. Um,
Exactly.
and I just hope that that's USB because I'm trying to get my whole room situated so I can have my mic arm like you guys do and I like pull it
Yeah.
over and not have to have this crappy thing here, but have a good mic at the same time from a company I know that sounds good. So
Hmm.
hoping on that 17 it's as good as we think it is.
I gotcha. So Ramal said he doesn't like budget mic nowadays. With the RGB light thing, I like the ones with just like the single ring like that. I do not like the ones that
Appreciate
are
it.
like full RGB. That's just my
Yeah.
preference.
I
But I
feel
think
like
that looks pretty clean.
I feel like the RGB part's not really bad when you think, but you can just probably make it a whole solid color, so make it solid white, just one color in general. But it gives you an indication if it's on or not, or you just turn it off completely. It doesn't have to be on.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
know
what I
some
don't
mics
like
you
about
can't
this
even turn
mic
it
is
off.
I can't turn the light off. I can
Yeah,
change the
Oh,
color,
okay.
but I can't turn it off.
So this one actually has like a RGB. This is a fine mic.
But fine, just contacted me about one of those. It looks just like yours, Ace, with the color in the mic itself.
So yeah, mine is just like on the shock
Yeah,
mount,
yeah, I got
pretty
this
much.
from Salvador or something like that. They sent it out to me, so I was just like, sure, I could use a microphone.
Yeah,
So Yep. Okay. On camera shotgun. Okay. Just wanted to verify that. Jay said he likes mics. Shark fin tech.
Shark fin in the
Yeah, I
house.
hope they give you the. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Deity
I
will
hope
because
they
they make some
probably
pretty
would.
high end. Yeah, they make some pretty high end stuff. So I definitely think they're gonna give you the option.
But
So
who knows
speaking
how
of,
much it's gonna be?
that's another thing I was like concerned about because Deity is like they're kind of like weird with pricing. Like some of their things are like expensive, but it's like definitely worth every penny. Like I'm guessing this is gonna be like around 200, between 150 and
Yeah.
200, because most other USB mics like the Blue Yeti and different things like that are like $100 to $200. So my guess is 150 to 200. But I think it will definitely like punch above its weight class in terms
Yeah.
of price. So
Well, the thing that seems like
but
it's nice is gonna be similar to what yours is with the Fine mic, is that it's gonna kind of be like, I'm guessing you're gonna talk straight into the end of it, not like having the whole
yeah.
thing standing up straight. From
So
what it looks
yeah,
like, as you
that's
can
a
see.
yeah. Yeah, that's called a dynamic mic. So a
Yeah.
condenser mic is like I think kind of like what Ace has, where it's like
Yeah.
it goes everything around you or in front. But a dynamic mic, you have to talk into the top of it. So yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do too. I hope that's what they do anyway. Let's see. Michael Pepper Tech said he thinks it's gonna be 199 or 249.
I mean, we look at the Beacon. If they can do something similar to what Beacon did, but with their own
Yeah,
thing, it seems very similar to what Beacon was trying to do with theirs, with a little ring light. But you can also change and turn it off. But the thing that was really cool about the Beacon mic, which also there's two things. It does all the processing on the mic itself. So if you want to
exactly.
do the sound profiles you want to make it sound a certain way, it does it on the mic itself instead of taxing your PC or anything like that. But the thing
Hmm.
that sucks about it is that there's no, even for the speaking mic, there's no Mac OS app for it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, I'm in their Discord and everything because like I was like so interested in this mic, but that's like a major turnoff for me because I use Mac. You would
mhm,
literally have to configure everything on a Windows and then
go back.
plug it in. Yeah, then plug it into your Mac. But I think this is one of the best looking microphones out, especially this
The
white one.
white,
Like that
mhm,
looks
clean,
so good. That's so clean, but super
and it sounds
expensive.
really
But
great. It
yeah,
sounds good. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I tried to contact them. They're like, "Oh, we've like," because they already had all the people set in stone for what they're sending the products for, and I already know like they're already sold out. Like
hmm,
they don't have any left. But that's, I didn't even know they came out at the time. I was like, "Oh, let me see this," and it looks great. I hope Deity does something very similar to that in terms of like capability, but of course not at that price. A little bit cheaper.
yeah. I don't think Deity will do like the whole software thing because like the Beacon mic, they literally have people coming over from like Go XLR, which is like one of the most popular XLR interfaces, and they've basically just put all of that inside of the microphone, and they have like their own software in which you're like able to adjust everything. And then what makes it cool is that it locks into the microphone, like all of those EQ settings and everything, they lock into the microphone, so you pretty much never have to set it again unless you want to. So
Mm,
that's 279 though.
yeah, it's not
Hopefully,
cheap.
like yeah, hopefully, like we said, Deity does between 150 and $200. Okay. So the next article that I had was about a new Chrome OS implementation called Chrome OS Flex. So Google is now going to let you install Chrome OS on PCs and MacBooks, which honestly can save a lot of old devices in my opinion. So the cool thing about Chrome OS is that it does not take like any power to run at all.
Mm,
Like most of the popular Chrome OS devices run like a i3 or a i5. Like even Google's own like Pixel Slate, I think like the max you could get probably was an i5 back then. So yeah, Chrome OS is just so light of a software that it doesn't need a lot of hardware to push it. So I think that this will be great for like repurposing a lot of old devices, in my opinion.
I mean, I give my grandparents Chrome OS computers instead of Windows computers now because it just doesn't make sense for them to have a Windows computer, honestly.
Same with
And
my
they have no
brothers.
issues.
Yeah, they
Hmm.
got Chromebooks. I talked them into getting. They were looking to get new laptops for their business, and I was like, you guys need to do these Chromebooks. Get a nice Chromebook, and they love it. So simple.
No
They're
issues.
they're just
Never slows down.
yeah.
No worry about
Nope.
updates. No worry
Not
about
at all.
viruses.
Nope. They don't call me as much as they used to, which is kind of nice.
Oh
Well,
yeah, and with the whole Android app implementation, they really most people who aren't technically literate and like know a lot about tech, it's not hard for them to do what they want to do on it. And I think that's a great idea. Is that if your PC or your Mac gets old and it's really struggling to run whatever it is, you have literally a lifeline now, and it can probably run Chrome OS with no problem.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I had like a pretty like high end Chromebook. Like that was one of the first things I like bought for my channel. I was gonna video edit on it, but I just couldn't find a really good video editor on Chrome OS or Android. So I ended up like selling it and getting an iPad and using Luma to edit. But I really loved that Chromebook. Like right now in my life, I'd go Mac OS, Chrome OS, and then Windows, just because of how clunky and annoying Windows can be. That's how much I enjoyed Chrome OS, like honestly. And then the Android apps is just like a extra perk, I guess.
Yeah, I mean I like Windows. It has a little things. I kind of like what Windows 11 did. A lot of people don't. I kind of like how they kind of made it a little more polished looking, with all the different app icons, just general UI. I mean, I'm using it right now, of course, it'd be like that. But Chrome OS, I feel like gets is very underappreciated because I feel like everybody
It
has a
is.
bad taste in their mouth because they buy the cheapest Chromebooks for schools, and they're just absolutely terrible. Not even just
And
like in terms of
ugly.
performance, but like
And ugly.
display,
Yeah.
everything, just nasty. Um, I mean, I bought my grandma and all them a nice high end Chromebook, and people are like, "Why would you spend $500 on a Chromebook?" I'm like, I will never have to worry about ever hearing them again. But what has it been? It's been 2.5 years.
Exactly. Right.
Not gotten one call from them since. Mm.
when my son, back in high school 5 years ago, they were doing Chromebooks, and he got a Chromebook, um, and it was nice. It had this like outer shell that it already came attached with it, to where you didn't have to get anything extra. And but I think that was the only year that they came out with them. So it was a decent looking
I mean,
Chromebook, and it lasted them all 4 years. So it's not too bad.
Hmm.
I started seeing some Chromebooks then. They make some new Chromebooks that are just like the Surface Pros.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of Lenovo ones I've seen
Yeah.
that they're like much lower hardware, but it's like a tablet slash keyboard, and they give you the keyboard with you. I
Hmm.
find it.
The
I really
duet.
like what Chrome OS does. I just feel like people have a bad taste in their mouth about it, and that like, why would you ever use Chromebooks? I'm like, for people not like us, non-techie people, Chrome OS does everything they need to do. Everything. It's just I feel everybody has that bad taste from school when they get forced to use the worst of the worst.
So another cool thing about Chromebook is like those devices that like you're talking about, that are like tablet and basically computer with like the keyboard attachment. They do a really good job with like the transitions between that. So the tablet mode is legit a tablet mode, and then like when you're like using it like a computer, it's legit like a computer. That's what I didn't like about Windows, like all I mean 2-in-1 type devices when they first came out. It was just weird to like touch a computer at the time. But I like what Chrome OS does with it, because it like definitely differentiates the two, like based on orientation. So like when you fold it, like they know you're in tablet mode, so they like
Mhm.
it automatically makes it like an Android tablet, and then like when you fold it back up, it's like a desktop or a laptop.
The thing that I don't understand right now, because we saw the new Samsung tablets come out, I just don't
Hmm.
get why Chrome OS isn't on Samsung tablets. They like always push the Samsung Dex part, and because I feel like if
That's a
I
good
feel
point.
like I feel like Samsung could really push Chrome OS in the sense that now we have Android apps on Chrome OS itself. So I'm just like, what's the point of pushing Samsung
But
Dex when you have Chrome OS?
that might hurt their Chromebook sales like in the long run, I guess. I guess
I
that's
mean,
their reasoning behind it, because Samsung is like
yeah,
one of the only companies that makes like super premium like Chromebooks. Like
right?
they 4K displays, like legit premium
Maybe. I mean,
Chromebooks.
I feel like there's a space. I just don't understand the whole reason why we have Samsung DeX when you have Chrome OS doing almost exactly the same thing now. Um, and they could easily probably just make that into. Or I don't know. I don't know all the specifics, but I just feel like it's kind of weird how Samsung pushes the whole Samsung DeX thing. As you're saying, it transforms in Chrome OS. It goes from a tablet to then the
Yeah.
laptop version. Pretty much what Samsung does with Samsung DeX on Android. Uh, so I don't know. It always confuses me because Samsung used to make a crap ton of Chromebooks, and I don't feel like they make as many much. But now they're making a
Yeah,
crap
they
ton of.
make like a premium one every year now. They don't make as many now.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Pepper Tech said that Android 12L/13 will have a layer, so you'll be able to run emulators for Windows or Chrome OS on the likes of the. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. Like, that's basically like that could beat Dex. Honestly, that will be the only thing that could beat Dex.
I mean, we see the Motorola phone I have. It has a DeX alternative. I forgot exactly
They're
what it's
not
called.
good. They're not good. I know
I
exactly.
mean,
Like, I think it's called desktop mode.
I don't
I
know.
think every Android has it, but you have to enable it in developer options.
Yeah,
Uh,
Motorola. No, Motorola makes a version of that. Like they push it as their own
mhm,
thing.
I
It's
gotcha.
pretty much very similar to what Samsung DeX is. I mean, of course, they all have their own version, but it's very similar, and it works wirelessly, and it also does other things. So I feel like I don't know. It's the whole Samsung DeX thing. I know it's a nice thing to have, but I don't feel like it's the like biggest like push to be like, oh, this has this now. Oh, it's so much better than every other Android version that's out there.
Okay, so I know you're like really into the tech space, Miles, and Aces as
Mhm.
well, but I know you probably would answer this question like pretty well. Like, what's the big deal about Dex? Like, why is it? Why do so many people like? I feel like the Samsung enthusiasts, like go crazy
Right.
over it. Like, I don't get it for the most part. Like, I don't. Does like having a desktop mode on a tablet, like, is it really mean that much? Like, I don't get
I
it. I feel
mean,
like.
I could talk about this a lot because people get like I made a video about Samsung DeX and I think it's cool. Do I see a
Mhm.
big use case for it? Not really. I think the biggest thing is that for on tablets, it's like you're already on the base Android tablet for Samsung. You can do a 3 window split on the Android side already, right? When you go into Samsung Dex, you can pretty much do the same exact thing. Are you getting any like more in terms of functionality in those apps? No, they're the same exact apps that you're in like on the regular Samsung tablet. And if you want to have Samsung Dex, the full capability of it, you really need a mouse and keyboard for it. And if you don't have a mouse and keyboard, like the keyboard attachment, it's kind of useless. Like you need to
Mhm.
buy accessories for it to be nice. And then on the
Okay, yeah, that
phone,
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, some people on the phone also use it as like a computer replacement, but at the same time, that's very few. I feel like in between, but you have the capability for it. I don't think it's a very big selling point, but for some
Hmm.
people, it might be different.
Yeah. The only other thing like that I could think of is just like how easy it is to like use external monitors and TVs and stuff like that. That's the only other like major
Yeah, I mean, they
selling
have the
point for
wireless
Dex.
DeX mode, which is nice. I
Yeah.
just never see myself doing it because there's extra steps to it. Then I gotta find the keyboard and mouse to do it, and I already have a
Hmm.
laptop. If I didn't have
Yeah.
a
Right.
laptop and stuff like that, I would probably use it more. But in my state, why would I use it? It's it's capped out at quad HD. You can't go above that in terms of resolution. Um, it works fine. It's pretty much like Chrome OS on a screen, just with
Okay,
Android apps.
that makes
There's
sense. I was just curious. I know you would know a lot about it because you've been playing with Samsung devices for some years now. This is
yeah, I
gonna be
mean,
my yeah. This is gonna be my first Samsung device with One UI. I haven't had a Samsung device in a long time.
you're gonna touch it, you're gonna play with it, then you're gonna be like, it's gonna be, I'm gonna use this again, or I'll never touch it again.
Hmm.
And I know how to do it. I've been using Samsung Dex has been a thing for a while. Have I used it more than just for video purposes? No. I've made it. I just showed it off in a video and I never used it after that because there's really no need for me.
Hmm.
But I've heard other people, they use it as their main like workstation. They dock their phone in, they plug it into their monitor, and they use it as
Yeah.
a computer. And it's a great idea for that, but for me, no.
Yeah, I understand. Um, do you think you could see yourself using something like that, Ace, or no? And do you think Apple's gonna do it? Do you think Apple's gonna do something like that, like later on?
No, No,
Okay.
I don't see them doing any type of like deck stuff or anything like that. I mean, they have. That's just like the debate of the MacBook, having a touch screen or being an
Yeah.
iPad interface. I don't. I think they have their divisions and they're good with their divisions.
I
Um,
think.
Would Dex be so? I probably it wouldn't be. It's hard to say because I'm such a. I mean, let's be honest. I'm an Apple sheep. I'm like so into the iOS ecosystem. I don't see me venturing off to. I mean, that would be nice. Would it be nice if I could take my phone and hook it up to a monitor and use it like so? That would be cool. But I
I
don't
would
think
Yeah.
it would be
only
something that they
use
would do.
Samsung Dex if they gave me if they gave me a laptop that was almost like a shell, like how they used to do it back in the day, and I just
Mhm.
plug my phone and it's seamlessly. I say make it the trackpad still, and use a force touch like vibration motors that they're using with newer laptops, and just make it into like a laptop version. Make the phone the powerhouse. And I say it sometimes people are like it will never happen. I'm like we saw Razer make a concept with it with the Razer phone. The Razer phone became the trackpad, and like the shell was just the Razer computer with the keyboard and the screen. I said, if they make a version like that, I
Yeah,
would use it all the time. But when I have to go in and plug extra cables or get an extra thing for it, I
Right.
don't want to use it. Like I personally don't want to use it. If I have a
yeah,
reason to and some sort of seamless integration into like a laptop that I can bring anywhere. Now there are some companies that have that, but you have to have like a cable plugged outside the laptop. I want something to as easily just put my phone into it. The phone stays inside the machine,
yeah.
and I don't
If
have
you
to
had
think
something
about it.
like a reverse magic keyboard to where you just popped your phone into like the trackpad area and then, it was magnetic or whatever and it connected and you were good to go, that
I
would be a totally
Yeah.
mean,
different story. That would
we
be
I
tight.
forgot. I think is it Razor Project. Not maybe was it Hazel? I can't even. No, it's not Hazel. That's the mask. Um, but I thought it was the coolest thing, and I knew they weren't going to come out with it. Um, but if they did, I feel like that would have been the nice. It's called Project Linda. If you look it up, um, the Motorola
Mhm.
Atrix. They did something like the Motorola Atrix, but I really liked what Razer did with Project Linda. Is that they made the phone the trackpad. And we saw if you have a good vibration motor, you can make it feel like a trackpad, a good linear motor inside of it. Because the Surface Laptop Studio has that. The trackpad does not click. We see it in the MacBook Airs, MacBook Pros. If they made some version like that, I would pick it up so quick because that's one less thing I have to worry about transferring
Yeah.
files, all of that stuff. It becomes a central workstation, which I
That
think
is
Dex is
true.
meant to
That is
be.
true. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be super cool. So Ramal had a question. He said, "What are the major differences with Android 12L compared to the normal Android 12?" So I believe 12L was going to be originally optimized for folding devices and tablets and bigger screens. But they did make it available for like their regular phones as well. I have it downloaded. You have it downloaded?
I don't have it down, but I'm just talking about that's the Project Linda thing. They just put a Razer phone into the base of it.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Um, but yeah, back to Ramal's question. The major differences that I've noticed is just like a few animation differences. I haven't noticed. I haven't like did a deep dive yet. I've only had it installed for like 2 days, but there are like a few animations, just like such as swiping down, and things like the app drawer. I mean, not the app drawer. The notification shade. It looks a little different, and app opening is like way faster. Like the animation, like the way like when you're in the pixel launcher, the way like the app jumps up and opens, that's way quicker. I don't like it because I like how smooth it is on a regular pixel, but that's something I noticed. And another thing I noticed, the haptics are way better on Android
That's what I
12L.
heard
Like
too.
it's literally like night and day. Like they give you like a new haptic for when you like get up. I mean, open up and use like the app switcher. When you swipe up and use the app switcher, like that feels amazing. And then like just yesterday, like I got a text or something, and I noticed like how good it felt. Like the haptics are just literally night and day from Android 12. I hope to see other companies like take the haptic or vibration vibration sequences that Google is using. I can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed with Android 12L. I highly suggest installing it if you have a Pixel. So, um, yeah. Apparently, it fixed a lot of like 12 Android 12 issues too. So if you're still having issues, Ace, you could download Android 12L. It might fix it.
Oh, I mean, I still, like I said, I still have my Pixel, but I switched back over to the dark side. I put my SIM back in
Oh no.
my iPhone 13, so I kind of went back to that.
Okay, David Stevens in the building. What's up, David? Mr. Alt Dad Tech. I don't know if you want to be called that anymore, but that's what I know you as. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Lewis confirmed that it was called Motorola Atrix.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. What was it called? That Razer project. That's pretty.
Linda.
The Linda, yeah. Oh,
I
man.
thought it was the coolest thing when it came out, and I was like, I want to see this come to fruition, but it never did, from no
Yeah.
company. And you had it from ACS doing with the phone, with the idea pad thing when you plug the phone in, the phone becomes a tablet. I'm like, I love that idea because it brings you take the ecosystem and bring it all into one. And there's no need for transferring stuff. And that Project Linda one, it's like not only was that computer based, it had storage built in, a battery built into it. Your phone was just the CPU and GPU. So it is what it is.
Tech King Mike in the building. What's up?
What's up, Mike?
Okay, we got
Hey,
another
so
guest in
wait
here.
a minute. Wait. When are you, Galen? Aren't you guys coming? You and Ike getting ready to? Do
Oh
some
yeah, we're gonna duke it
fisticuffs?
out. We're gonna duke it out.
Is that
The
this
26th.
Saturday? Next Saturday?
26. So that will be not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that, right?
That'll
Yeah.
be
Okay, yeah, this
fun.
Saturday is the 19th. So yep, the 26th. Okay, so before we go any further, I have to bring up my good friend,
Oh,
Mr. I Sheep himself, Mark Sequence.
One of their many, right? How's it going, guys? What's up, panel? Miles, good to
How you
meet you.
doing, man?
Ace, Galen,
Mark, what's happening, buddy? Haven't seen you in a minute.
like
maybe
a year,
two.
right? Last time I saw you was 2021.
Oh yeah, it's
right.
been a
So long
while.
ago.
Crazy.
Well, what's the last stream you've been on?
I think Ace and I, were you on that one? I forget now. That was a good one. It was out of nowhere. I didn't plan it. I think it was a Sunday or 2 Sundays ago.
Something.
Okay,
No, I wasn't.
gotcha.
I wasn't on that one.
It was featuring. Oh no, it was Michael Pepper Tech, Shark FinTech, and
Yeah.
Tech for Your Needs. So we had
Yeah.
a full panel like this, and also some full glasses of some certain liquid. You know what I mean? It's a good time.
Taco Bell juice.
Okay, so we're gonna do a quick recap for Mark. Okay, so what do you think of this, Mark?
Looks like Mariner speakers, if I'm guessing, the ones you hang on your boat. On that bar that go up across,
These are these are
Waterproof.
earbuds. These are earbuds.
Okay.
So what do you think of the design? Is this something that you would wear?
It's different, for sure.
Yeah.
Looks neat.
So basically, instead of having something jabbed in your ear, it's gonna just you're gonna use this circle to just give it like a true fit, I guess.
Okay, so
It's not gonna give you like any like passive noise cancellation, but it's gonna. You're a sound guy, so
Right.
I'm
right.
curious to see what you have to
So
say
I think
about
they
that.
went with comfort. Is that probably what they were targeting? People who don't like traditional.
Probably.
Yeah, and being able to hear everything.
Yeah,
in case
but
they
to
don't have to
go
get the
inside.
earbud out.
Yeah, something
okay.
to lay in your ear, not up in your ear.
Well, see, at least for, I mean, obviously, you would get whatever, like the saying, I hear all the time, like the right tool for the job, right? So depending what you're going to be using these headphones or earbuds for, you either, maybe you do want passive or you don't want passive, or there's no need for it, right? So, like there's exercise ones, there's podcast microphones, so there's obviously whatever, like like as far as a consumer, like you would do your research for like, here's my need and my use case, and get the right fit for it. But for me personally, I don't know when I would use this. I don't really mind like stuff being in my ears, and if I'm not going to have something like the AirPods Pro, which I really like, the battery life could be better, especially if you're using one of the 2 powered modes, either transparency or active noise cancellation.
Yeah.
I would like to have at least passive, because usually I would imagine that I would want to hear what's going on, whether not as likely as listening to music, but a phone call, I guess, just so that if you're somewhere noisy where you're like, okay, I want to at least be able to hear it. And if it has passive, which would be like my kind of bare minimum, just shoving something in. Even for, if you remember the ear pods before they had that, even those, I think for what they were not that bad.
Yeah, the
They
ear
offered
pods, the
some
rounded,
decent-
that's what they were called.
Yeah,
the
right.
rounded ones. Yeah.
that-
Because see, I went back to like I said earlier, I had the AirPods Pro, AirPods, the Liberty 3 Pros, and the Google Pixel Series A's. And after using all those for I went back to Gen 2s. That to me, it's the most comfortable.
Yeah, it does
You know.
vary by ear.
Yeah, but now if I'm going out mowing lawns or something like that, or in a
Yeah, you
loud
want noise
environment,
cancellation. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll grab the
excellent cancellation,
the
for sure.
Pros or the Liberties or something like that. But man, I'm
Yeah,
home. I
I
don't go
think it's a
anywhere.
very
I don't
niche
do
thing.
anything. So,
Yeah, it
It's
is.
very like, say if you're working, you want to have a pair of earbuds, so you have to hear everything around you. So perfect for that.
Yeah.
People who are biking who need to know everything around them so they don't get hit.
Yeah,
Perfect for
yeah.
that. It's very niche cases, and I don't feel like they're ready for everybody. And I feel like that's what I didn't like about the Buds Live, is that Samsung was kind of pushing it as like, oh, they're noise cancellation. So no, they were not. It's very niche, and I like at least they're like making it very apparent that this is not gonna block noise out. This is to let
Yeah.
noise in.
If they're focusing on safety, then for sure, because it's really hard to argue with something like that now, unless the safety is protecting someone's hearing in loud environments. Well, then sure, then you have the opposite of that, where those features would work for that use case, where
Mhm.
you don't want all those noises coming in, whether it's like tractors and bobcats and chainsaws and stuff like that going on. But for that, yeah, like a jogger or something. One thing I've not like, okay, if I were to be more like active and doing exercises to where I would want something like that to be able to hear, like, I guess, what is it, passive transparency mode or whatever you would call them,
Yeah.
since they're not
Mhm.
blocking it. I would be sort of like, okay, well then what? I know the sound quality, yeah, on paper at least, is supposed to suffer from that, because it's now those frequencies are fighting with birds and pavement and rubber and if you're running on gravel, just everything else, basically everything other than the song you're listening to. So I would be a little skeptical to try that. I don't know if it would be possible for someone to create like the perfect transparency / music
Yeah.
listening experience. It seems to
Yeah,
occur.
it's interesting. Yeah, well, what Michael Pepper Tech said, I think this is a good point. He says they're supposed to be like open-backed headphones. I could definitely agree with that.
Okay, that
Um,
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so
if I personally, if I want like total submersion, like I want to be in my own world and not be bothered or anything, then
Mhm.
those I get my over ear, my sound. I got the
Yeah.
Soundcore Life Q35s or whatever those
Yeah,
ones are.
yeah.
Those are awesome.
yeah, I have
It
the
just all it all
Q30s.
depends
Yep.
on what you're doing,
Yeah.
So
Okay, so other than being an Apple sheep, you're definitely like a big audio guy as well. So we talked about Deity. Are you familiar
I've
with
heard of
Deity
them.
microphones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
microphones mostly, right? Or primarily.
So it looks like they're creating some sort of streaming microphone.
Nice.
You have you have a XLR setup, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
this is
so you're using
Shure
the
SM7B going into
Okay.
the Rodecaster Pro directly through. Well, actually, right here there's a little preamp. I forgot what the name of it is. I dropped it, but it's a preamp from Amazon. It's like $70 or $80. I think it was on sale for maybe 10 or $20 off. That was the sale price. To where you
Okay.
can turn on phantom power and you're able to turn off most of the post effects that, like, for example, something that Rodecaster would do for like vocal processing. You're able to turn most of them off, and just what you're hearing is the microphone itself with that preamp. So
I gotcha. So for the normal people like me, Ace and Miles, we prefer the USB microphones
yeah,
because we don't want to go through all of that XLR setup and
right.
preamps and all of that. So
Or
we're
dongles.
hoping this microphone, they just tweeted this the other day. They're saying they're going to release this on 2/17/22. So we're hoping this is going to be a USB microphone. Yeah, it looks nice. I like the little touch of RGB. I don't like the full RGB microphones. I would like mine to look like that with just the ring, but yeah, it looks like that's something they're doing. And then we ended up talking about this. Have you heard of this before?
No.
The Beacon microphone. So
Not like this one.
so yeah, it's actually from the companies that made like the Go XLR. Some of their developers went and created this mic. This is also a USB mic, but the difference is you'll be able to like make all of those adjustments like within the mic. So They have it has its own software. It has like built-in like noise suppression and everything. So you can just like program it and then take it and put it on another computer, and it'll have those same EQ settings basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, and I think that's $120 less than this one is. I think Shure
Yeah.
sells them for $399. Obviously, you can go very broke, in any hobby. There's no limit to like designer craft niche, whether it's speakers, microphones, snowboards, like guitars.
Snowboards.
Dude, there's $20,000 guitars. You know what I mean? Acoustic guitars.
When I move to my own place soon, I'm gonna be decking my setup out and try to go for like a nice like pastel look. I don't want to do like everybody like white, black setups. I want to do something different.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm gonna be dropping some cash when I do that. It's not gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be fun and not fun at the same time.
A passion project. Those, yeah.
Yeah, right. Passion project, exactly what it is.
I mean, I like the microphone already because I already like this, like the design of microphone. So obviously they kind of mimic that, which looks nice. I'm curious to see how it'll perform since they're very obviously going after this market, even though this microphone.
That's exactly what they're going after, especially with like making all the software like built in. Like if you just like watch a video on it and see like the equalizer interface, you'll be like, it's a lot basically. It's something that you would like easily comprehend, but someone like me would take like 5 days to figure out.
Yeah, and I'm curious also if because I think with Ace's microphone, you said that you have multiple connections, I/O in the back of that thing. Yeah,
no, it's just it's USB-C and 3.5. Yeah, just the two.
So you're not able to go. I wonder if they make microphones that can be either or.
They
USB
do.
Or XLR. They have dual.
They do.
So yeah, the
Shure
MV7 is the Shure MV7 is, and then I have a microphone. Not this one, but I have another one like at my desk. It's a Samsung, the Q9U. It also has a XLR and a USB interface, but of course I don't use the XLR. Maybe one day, but definitely not now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We will see.
Yep. Okay, so this is going to be Mark's favorite part. Now we're going to talk about the S22 Ultra. So I don't know if you've seen a lot of it, Mark, of the Galaxy S22 Ultra.
Pre-order.
Have you at least seen pictures of it? I know he didn't pre-order.
I don't think so. No. I know that they're having issues with their website again.
Yeah.
So it was Google before.
I don't think they're having issues now,
Samsung
but they had
such
bad issues on launch day.
Yeah, they were like down for like 12 hours.
And now all shipment dates are pushed to March and end of March, beginning of May for all of the S22 Ultras.
Oh,
March.
That's a long time.
April, not May. April.
So I'm just going to pull up this page from Mark because he hasn't seen it yet. So this right here, this is the new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. What makes it special is it has a S Pen again. Samsung did not release a phone with a pen last year, so this is a big deal for a lot of people. Definitely not Mark though.
Yeah, I heard that people were split on whether to bring the pen back because there was an extra, right? And on a different phone, you had to pay.
It wasn't really an extra.
That's 21 last year. You had to get it separately.
Okay.
But it was kind of
it was separate last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I still think it's too damn expensive of a phone, but at least they have good trade-in deals. At least.
Yeah.
It's like they do like $200 off of this, and you get.
They give you $250 off when you buy it. Then the trade-in, all the crap.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. As far as the design goes, I mean, it's cool. Personally, I like the last year's the S21 with the bump and how it was just like all seamless, like integrated into it. Maybe that was the 20.
I kind of like the flush camera look how it's like built into the back. Yeah, that's just me though.
I actually like the way this one looks more. I don't know why. I went to it in person with a burgundy color, which I'm glad I got that color. I don't know. It kind of gave like a different
You got burgundy.
vibe.
I regret getting white. I saw burgundy in person.
I was between burgundy and green, and I said I really think I like the burgundy, and I went to see it in person. And it looks so good in person. But You see, I never get my hopes up too high for Samsung phones, ever, and I made that clear. Because the biggest thing for me, this one, because they say it almost every year. Oh, we're working on the social media aspect of our phones. Da, 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 da. We're working on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and I'm like, TikTok, that's my life.
Yeah,
Right.
they did say TikTok.
So yeah, they did say it, but I'm still curious about it because
Yeah, I
so
saw
what
some
they
videos
said in the
already.
conference, they said they're bringing features over. So I don't think they're gonna bring the quality over. I think they're just gonna bring like the different features like night mode and the super zoom and the stabilization and everything. But I don't think it's gonna be like it still won't look like the camera app.
So one person, she's in Australia. She's finally, for some reason, everybody who has the phone has not posted any social media app things. And I'm
Okay.
like, y'all have the phone, make the content. Stop making the
Yeah.
same crap that we see all the time. The biggest thing about this announcement was literally, hey, we took the time out this time to make this stuff. Yet I've only seen one person talk about it somehow. And in her video, the first one looked okay, but then she posted a second one with it, and it looked like the same issues that had before. And I was just like, oh no,
Right.
this is not good. It's a really low frame rate. You see, like Ramal, the first video, you have to see her second one. She came out with the second one. The frame rate was dropping like it used to on the old on this S21 Ultra and all that, which I'm like, how? You guys said it was going to be improved. And I'm just like, I don't have a high hope because they say it some which way each year, yet it never gets delivered. So I don't know if it's an update that's supposed to come when it releases to the public. But from right now, she had an S22 Plus. It does not seem like it. It seemed like it at first, and then she went and did a second video, and it looked like it completely went right back to where it was before in terms of quality.
I gotcha. So just huge shout out to Travis MCP. This is actually my first time seeing him in my stream. Huge creator, very good creator to watch as well.
Yeah,
Definitely appreciate you, Travis.
Travis puts out some good quality content.
Oh,
and
for sure.
he
Like,
gives
have you seen his video
Samsung
on the?
ideas for their commercials for the Super Bowl? Actually,
Oh yeah, I did see that as well.
I saw
like
that.
one
I
of
was
my
like, wait a
favorite.
minute. I saw somebody do this already.
Oh yeah, yeah. My favorite video of him is probably him having his friend try iOS or
Yeah,
that
that
was a
was
very
an
thought out
excellent
video.
I love that video because people, fanboys can't take that. They'd never believe anything that I say. Is like, if you just give somebody a phone, like if they're not a tech person, they're probably gonna stay on an iPhone just because of the Western society with everything.
Also,
Yeah,
the friendly UI. It's
I mean,
it's
I don't
like if you
generally I
compare
don't
it-
generally think about that as much anymore because I feel
Part
like
2
people
Sunday.
say that, but
Well, let me ask you guys. Let me ask an Android iOS question. Okay.
Well, let me
that-
compliment Travis. I'll say my favorite thing of his was the creepy stalker video with the AirTags, or
Yeah,
a
that
close
was
second is
interesting.
anything he cancels Greg in. Mwah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Chef's kiss. Hashtag cancel Garg.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Garg.
yeah, we appreciate you, Travis.
Because I've done been doing the Pixel 6 Pro for a couple of months, and first Android and all this kind of stuff. It seems like, and maybe it's just Google and the Pixel, but there's a lot of apps. I mean, I'm talking like Weather Channel, like these main apps that just don't fit right. Like things are cut off. I don't run into any of those type of issues on my iPhone. It's like everything's optimized for iOS, but a lot of the apps
So
for
the
Android
Apple,
just aren't optimized.
yeah, the Apple Store is way more strict than Google. Like literally any developer in the world can just develop an
Yeah.
Android app and put it on the Play Store pretty much. Apple, it's like a way harder verification process, so that's why you see that.
Yeah. I currently didn't see that issue, but I mean, everybody uses different apps, and I mean, it goes
Yeah,
it's
right.
up to the app developer to then optimize that app to this new screen ratio. I didn't see it, but I think the saying that Android's difficult to use, I don't think that's really a thing. I feel like I just feel like people say that nowadays because they had
Yeah.
that back then. But when I switch between both phones, I feel like it's almost exactly the same. I'm not
Yeah,
searching,
especially
with
now.
the Pixel. It's really just bing bong. There's no really thinking behind it, as much as
I
it
don't
used to
know.
be.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
literally right now, like the only major difference is the app drawer.
it's like
Like you just
the dates or the time or right up here is like it's like
Nice
cut
and
off
nice
like
and
around
blurry.
yeah.
okay, I gotcha.
You might need to pull it
It's,
back a little bit for us to be able to see
I
it.
can see pixels.
I
Well,
kind of
yeah,
see
it's a
what you're
pixel
talking about.
anyway. Whatever. But that was just it's just I noticed that
Yeah.
with a lot of different apps that I use that there's a lot of you know things that are cut off. So and I also and I do understand that when it comes to app development and all this kind of stuff, where if you're going to make an app and you can and iOS is like the priority and Android maybe not so much because
Hmm.
Apple is stricter with their stuff. I don't know, but
Mhm.
I know my son. He's going through game and app development and tech right now, and he looked at me and he's like, "Apple, Apple was fun. That was a lot of fun. Now they're doing Android, and he hates it. Not hates it, but it's a lot more difficult
Yeah.
because there's a lot
Mhm.
more stuff, a
You
lot
mean like
less
less
restrictions.
streamline, or what do you mean
Well,
on the back
I don't.
end?
It's just. I guess it's. I don't know. More complicated. Whatever. I don't know what the system's codex or X code.
You already
That
lost me.
sounds. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
I
you know
mean,
what?
I
Maybe I should.
really,
Maybe I shouldn't be doing this whole tech thing. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
like
just wish
creating
that
tech. Well,
I just wish that I think the biggest problem with Android is just like everything's so stratified still, and now we're even having more chip companies come into. Now we have MediaTek coming in with their flagship chip out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
and it's gonna
Now we have
be
Samsung, Exynos with Pixel. We have Qualcomm, and it, stratification is happening more than anything else. And now we see Oppo and OnePlus and all that developing their own chip in house. It's just it's never ending.
that was
Oh, and
the
and what was that with the
that
quartz?
chip that
to
chip was
start side
targeted
loading?
I thought wasn't that chip that you just mentioned specifically targeted towards the adult entertainment technology industry, the Sexy Nose chip?
The
Exynos.
I had to get it in there.
I need a drum. I need a
Research
drum
yourself.
But you know what?
sound
You know
effect.
what? I don't think we
Sound
talk
effect,
about
yeah.
MediaTek enough. I think
They're
MediaTek,
pretty good.
because I was talking with some people about it, the Dimensity chip, how like compared to price wise, compared to Qualcomm, I hope they
Mhm.
starts get implementing into phones and bring back kind of like that mid ranger flagship killer phone. Because man, I don't know what Qualcomm's doing or in general. It just feels like nothing's really changing. They keep on all these announcements. They keep on saying, "Look how many new features we have." None of those features come to any phone. I never see any of them come to any
They're just
phone.
saying they have them, dude. Come on,
They
chill.
just have, oh, we can do
We have
all
all
of
of
this
that in the
AI work
back.
with the video camera, yet it's still disgusting looking at night when we take videos with these new phones. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
in my
What?
opinion, I think it's on the phone manufacturer to actually implement it. Like,
Yeah, of
I
course,
think
of
that's
course.
what it is.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, how would one get something implemented? Incentives, right? You think they're not trying to fork over some
I feel like
additional
you're already
moolah?
paying so much for the Qualcomm chip. It's like, why would we? It's like we have to spend even more to then develop it to work with our phone. It's just, I hope that with the Dimensity chip and my MediaTek, they're able to come at that cheaper price and enable some of these things that they're actually talking about on the chip. Um, but who knows? Qualcomm
yeah,
has everybody in a chokehold. I feel like in terms of smartphone manufacturing and all that, and wearable tech.
yeah. I want to hit these two comments really quickly. Ramal said his dream is that he can film a TikTok within the TikTok app on an Android phone with it having indistinguishable quality compared to the native camera app. I think that's like a dream for a lot of us, but I don't think it's this year yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Samsung will surprise us, but I don't have a lot of hope because they've said it in the past, and
Yeah,
I've been disappointed every time.
yeah, agreed. And then Michael Pepper Tech made another good point. Too many variables to account for when developing on Android. Different camera sensors, different processors, different core counts, and RAM from 4 to 16, and no control to the structure. That's a
Yeah, I think that's what my son was trying to convey to me, something along those lines.
But hey, I hope when I get that S22 Ultra in, it seems like a lot of things have changed in the camera system itself in terms of
yeah,
improvement with software,
it
and how
has.
the pictures come out. And I would talk about how I didn't really like how pictures came out on Samsung phones, and I'll get attacked all the time on TikTok. I was like, yeah, no, this is an issue. This shouldn't look this way. And now those same issues that I said before are now getting fixed with the new one. So I'm just kind of like laughing about that. Uh,
Mhm.
but I hope what it seems like so far is that photos have really taken a nice step up, even though we didn't think it was going to because it's mostly software upgrades. But it seems like something's happening behind the scenes at least right now.
Yeah, I hope so. And again, the battery test and the camera test that we've seen so far, this is pre-release software, so um, it's gonna be interesting, like when we actually like get like real reviews later on. And another thing, I find it really interesting how people are doing battery tests now, because everyone knows as of like Android 10, you need time to let your battery like kick in. And a lot of these battery tests are being compared like to phones that they've had for like months or even close to a year. Like I saw like a S21 Ultra versus the S22 Ultra, and people are like crazy because the S21 Ultra lasted longer than the 22 Ultra. I'm like, he's probably had this for 2 days, and he's had the S21 Ultra for 3 months, and it learned all of his usage patterns. So I just find
You
it.
see, I think the biggest issue, and I don't know why Samsung does this. Why do they give the phone so early on pre-release software and then allow the reviewer to then post content about it? I
Yeah.
I will never understand that. It's like, oh, we this issue, and then right when the update comes out, when it gets released to the public, you have the update to fix those said issues. I will never understand that. Like you see, Apple waits for it to be coming at least when they have the software, the more final software. They don't give the phone straight to people as soon as the phone comes out. Nor do they have people releasing videos about the phone right when the release happens. I just don't understand why Samsung does that, because now we're getting those videos 2-3 days on software that's not even final software that the consumer is going to get.
Yeah, OnePlus really shot themselves in the foot. I remember last year, the camera was bad, and the OnePlus Watch was like the really big one. Like literally every single reviewer talked about how trash it was. And then it ended up being a really good watch, like after software updates. I don't know why companies do that either.
I got a quick question for you guys. Did you guys watch the Unpacked event, the Samsung? Did you
I
watch
did.
it?
I did, yeah, I
Totally.
did.
Okay.
Mark
In
didn't.
the well, no, Mark didn't. Mark was busy.
No, I didn't.
Um, right when they were starting, to talk about phones, they had that little, 18th century where the
Yeah.
Queen and
Hmm. That was
Sir
trash.
Macintosh and the raincoat, and then this other guy comes and starts talking to phones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that Samsung was throwing shade to Apple, but what shade were they throwing? I don't understand. What does raincoats have to do with smartphones, or what is?
That they were oppressive and they were in power, dominating.
I don't know. It was
I'm
like
guessing here just from what you
right,
said.
okay, just a quick general. What happened was you had the Queen, and you had this guy Sir Macintosh came in, and he was like, I have this new invention. It's called a raincoat, and they throw
Oh,
buckets of
I
water
don't
on
know.
him, and he's
rain.
like, okay, whatever. And then this other guy comes up, brings in painted oil pictures of the S22s, and the Queen's in awe and this and that, and but I didn't understand, and maybe I was just thinking too much into it.
I
I
didn't
don't.
notice that at first.
Once
Yeah, I didn't even notice the Macintosh. Like I remember that
Yeah.
scene, but I don't remember them
I,
saying like Sir
I heard
Macintosh.
rain. I heard red
Yeah,
coat
they
when
called
you
him
said
Sir
raincoat. I was like,
Macintosh,
oh my.
and he like, I have a raincoat, to offer you or to give you, and they threw buckets of water on him, and
He was
she was like,
fine.
next.
Honestly, I think
Like I
the
don't go
funniest
outside.
thing out of the event was that when they would show some of the pictures from the phone, I actually was like, that looks bad. I
You
looked
did
up,
tweet him.
me and Ramon,
It's
and
funny because I can hear it in Miles's voice.
like,
That looks
I,
bad. That is
me,
not a good
Ramon,
photograph.
Parker, and all them were like, all the TikTokers were on Discord, we're watching, and I'm like, is it just me? Or these photos don't even like make me think this photo, it doesn't look good. It wasn't looking that good. They're like, look at our new nighttime photography, and I'm like, this wasn't like when they had the Pixel 4a with night mode, like destroying everything, or the Pixel 3. I looked at it, I
Yeah.
was like, it looks fine. It doesn't look like that crazy or by any means. And I know like the companies a flag for like fake images, and but also like at least like make it look like out. I didn't think the photos were that great. Am I cutting out?
Was
Yeah, a
was that
little
him?
bit.
Did anyone else get that, or was that
I was
me?
trying. I was wondering if that was him or if that was me.
It was
Yeah,
me,
I don't know.
probably.
Sometimes
Yeah.
StreamYard,
They've been doing the internet thing around
StreamYard
here.
plays
like, over
games
and
like
over.
that to where I'll be like, "Oh, this guy's internet sucks," and it's me, and I'll sit over here
Nah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh shit,
But
I'm frozen."
as I was saying though, I didn't think the images were that like impressive from the event. And I was just kind of like, is this only me? Because like Apple does their event, like they have all these cool looking shots. They don't generally put night mode shots in it because like even though night mode shots they're getting better, they're not perfect.
Yeah,
Samsung
I
really
mean,
pushing the event.
Samsung might as well just like give like the model studio lighting like every other company does on their keynote
Right.
events. You
Just
might
make
as
it look
well.
as great as possible.
Yeah.
But
Or well, you think that's exactly where they made the mistake by like, no, these are gonna be real photos. and we're
Yeah,
not gonna-
yeah, that's
we're
I
not
feel
gonna
like
mess
that's
with them
where
or
the
anything.
mistake
But
was.
but when they're showing the photos, again, I didn't see the event, but like if it was like someone holding up a phone or whatever, they have like these Hollywood studio movie grade, 8K lenses zooming in on a 3-4 inch screen or whatever. Of course, they're not gonna look good.
I think
Dude, I tell you what though,
weirdest thing,
the
they
really
didn't compare
cool.
it to the last
did they-
generation phone, so I didn't see if like what was the big change.
Did they put them full? So they didn't put them full screen like on the.
No,
Was
it
it someone-
was full screen. It
Okay.
was the entire thing. Like,
But it's still
they put
you're
the
like, what am I
images up
looking
and they're,
at?
look at all the processing and AI we did, and I'm like, it still looks like pretty bad.
So under processed or over processed? You think it took away from the photo rather than enhance and add to it, like most AI is supposed to do.
It looked like a smartphone photo. That's
Yeah.
Like, it looked like
Like all the other
a
companies.
smartphone.
Yeah.
You
It
know
wasn't
that?
like-
I felt it when he said it. It's like it looks like a smartphone photo. I'm like, who says that? Ow! No one would ever say that.
Yeah, but like you know what I'm talking about. It's like it's not when like
Yeah,
you see
yeah,
a
like,
pixel taking
that's-
those portrait shots. You're like, damn, that's really good looking. It's like you took that on a smartphone. You like I don't know
Did
what
you even
year
have a pretty
you took
keyboard?
that
Was
on.
it a flip phone?
Who knows?
Regular
It wasn't that
cellular phone
impressive.
from the mid 2000s.
Although I tell you
Those
those
photos.
nits that screen's going to be putting off, the 1750 nits, I would love that because I'm outside a lot, and the
Yeah.
sun is not my friend when it comes to my
Yeah,
screen.
the sun's pretty bright.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
technology definitely needs to. I don't know why
Yeah.
it's taken so long to do that. You think because the battery life? I guess.
Heat and battery.
That could be a big issue.
right.
Yeah.
Heat and battery probably because otherwise, yeah, you're okay if you're outside. Yeah, you're in the sun, so your device.
Oh, I love that commercial, but at the same time, this commercial
Yeah.
kind of made no sense.
Yeah, like they clearly like have studio light. Like this is what I was referring to. Like they clearly have
What if
like
they spell?
studio grade
Okay,
lighting.
so I got it. The next Samsung accessory is like a helmet, but it has a one of those.
It's
A minor, it's a miner's hat
light?
with the
Yeah.
light.
Right,
it's
there you
funny
go.
because
You
at
can
the beginning
different-
of this ad,
pop it out.
at the beginning of this ad, they're talking about, oh, my phones always takes bad photos of me and all that. But then they showed photos of people being taken in like dark situations, and then all the
Right.
example photos were all taken in perfect lighting. And I'm just like, wait a damn minute, that makes no sense.
And
else
why would
show
you take a photo
lighting?
like that? Like if you're trying to capture the moment, or
Right.
Wait,
what?
wasn't that? But that was the Pixel. That was the Pixel 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
wasn't
is the
it? Yeah.
Pixel 6 series.
It's a
I was just
beautiful
comparing.
commercial. It's just
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah, I was just
funny.
comparing. Like this is what they like. This is a
That
good
was what-
stopping point. Like this is what Google advertises, and then Samsung like did like smartphone
Right.
photos.
Right.
Or old photo album photos where they're like, oh, and this
Right.
was you at prom. And then
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Your
Exactly.
uncle.
Like legit family
Dead now.
vacation photos.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Mem-
but, you know,
old
we'll
memory
see.
lane
I just
Quality.
hope. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just hope that Samsung's the one thing I noticed with Samsung video quality stuff like that. I don't know. I can't really judge exactly off this pre-release software. I just hope they turn down the over sharpening look of it in daylight. Don't like the way that looks. And in nighttime,
video?
I noticed a lot with the way Android phones record videos is that if you're walking, the EIS and OIS do not like to work together anymore, and it just gets very jumbled up looking. Kind of like every step you take shakes the shot, the video completely. And when you go to an iPhone, no matter like which generation, the past 3-4 years, you don't get that same feeling.
Yeah.
So
The
from
stabilization.
videos, it looks like it's been slightly better, but still not what I feel like it should be for a phone that costs $1,200-1,300
Yeah.
bucks. But we'll see once the release software comes out.
Yeah, to what Ramal's comment was, the I don't go outside, so that's gonna blind me in my dim room. You know, I've noticed on some of the newer phones and newer screen technology, for example, the MacBooks that we just got with mini LED, there's like a minimum, like the lowest brightness setting is still pretty bright. So I don't know if that's
Just
is
like
that
that on
something
the
you guys
iPhones,
have
too.
seen on any?
I mean,
Like,
we
there's
know
like a
that
minimum
phone's not going to be pushing that nit brightness all the time.
only during Marvel movies.
Yeah, only during Marvel. But it's not even. I think as we saw with the MacBook Pros and all that, peak nit brightness is only with certain HDR content, and then on typical brightness, it's only around 500 to 600 nits,
And
which we see.
I wish we could override that. I really, really wish that we were allowed to. And even if a little thing pops up, like, hey, okay, there already is a pop up in like energy saver or battery, whatever it says. Where it's like, hey, this setting will use more battery, or hey, this one, you can save battery with this mode. It's like, why not copy paste that to the same thing and be like, I need it brighter than this. It's like, okay, that's gonna use battery. Cool. Like, don't tell me again or whatever. I don't get why they've limited that.
That's one of the things I like about my Pixel 6 Pro over the iPhone is the dim, as how you can get it like really extra dim, and then there's a button that you can go extra dim and turn it on, and it's nice.
I think in
Really
accessibility on iPhone, that's reduced white point, to where if the minimum brightness is, I'm getting ready for bed and it's like I'm like, oh, it's too bright. I can I can go in there and like, just like a little glimmer of hope brightness. I'm like, oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I think this is true. What Lewis said here, the 750 nits are only going to turn on in certain situations.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like direct sunlight.
Which I don't mind if there was that choice, like I said, to toggle it from, if I can override the automatic settings or whatever. And then
that's the thing that Apple's just going to have to get on board with is people need choices. Apple's never been one about choices. It's our way or the highway. But, they're slowly getting it. They're slowly.
I mean, as they accept more and more users, they probably kind of have to.
Right.
Because then you can't ignore once regular people start complaining about something, then that's where they're gonna. Because I don't know how much I'm sure they know what the tech community says or wants.
But
it's when the normal people start complaining. The people who are buying the phones, the ones that are whole families buying their phones, all that. That's when it starts getting like really in there.
Right.
And for Michael Pepper, how he said Cloud Lifter. No, I was considering Cloud Lifter. I found the little bottle for it. It's the stealth preamp from Coda. They might still have it on sale. I don't know.
Well, I want to add one last thing. The S22 and S22 Plus, love the design of that phone. Both of them. I love flat displays. The displays to me are better, like more luxury feeling looking than the S22 Ultra because it has that nice uniform bezel throughout the whole thing. It's just nice and flat. I don't know what the idea with curved screens. If I had a flat phone on the S22 Ultra, and I bet you they're able to fit some more internal stuff in there because you don't have the curve anymore, I would have loved that. Because those S22 and S22 Plus, they feel nice. They feel nice in the hands.
You mean the Samsungs that look like they were left in the sun? Those? They're melting on the edges.
And the S22 size feel, I know the battery life isn't the best, but that size feel of the S22 felt amazing. It felt like my S10e, but just a whole lot better. It felt like that's what the S10e should have been back then because it looks so nice in person. And
I kind of dug the rounded edges on the Pixel 6 Pro on the curved screen. It was kind of nice. And it's funny too.
I've always been a fan of flat displays more than curved ones. I used to be a curve advocate, but then after like multiple things like finding screen protectors, all the other stuff that just you don't think about until you have to get it.
Right.
The true cost to own of that. I'm surprised I haven't heard any anti-Apple people say that Apple copied the melted screen look with the Apple Watch last year.
I mean, we do have that right here. I mean, in this case, I feel like it's slightly different because you're not handling it. It's just on your wrist.
Yeah, it's not like the issue with the curved display on a smartphone is that they're getting so big. It's literally so wide. Like this part of your hand and this part of your finger is always getting in the way. I think it looks
nice on the Apple Watch. Like I have a Series 7 right here, and
it does look nice on that.
How it used to be, but I don't have to worry about touching it in the wrong way or having the weird feel because it just sits on your wrist. So I don't know. I just like flat displays, and I feel like The S22 Plus is like the underdog in all of this, and I just wish they made a flat display version of the Ultra. But I'm not the person who makes the phones, so I don't know.
Okay, so I have a quick question for Mark, because we've been talking Android for a while. How do you feel about where the SE is going? Have you seen like those rumors that they're gonna release pretty much the same phone again with 5G?
Yeah, with more a more battery heavy feature, battery use heavy feature. Now,
Kinda
there was
does.
another video that Max Tech released about what did they say? What do they call it? Carbon nanotube or a new battery tech. If they implement something like that to compensate for that modem, constantly looking for 5G and then going from ultra wide to regular and then back to 4G when there isn't any, and constantly doing that in the background in a phone that size, then I don't see the problem in it. If they can, mitigate that, even if they say, I think was it one of front page text video where they say like, oh, same great battery, at the minimum would be great, or maybe it was Samsung, I forget, but one of them that
So
like if they at least hit that same bar again, but now with 5G, like then that because it's not costing you anything from that point, like oh, I'll just get that one and I get this new feature over the counter with no additional cost. Then that'll be neat. If they don't, then I think maybe they'll push their MagSafe battery pack or something else.
See, I really wish they'd go MagSafe. Just get the
think they
MagSafe on
will?
the SE. No, maybe
know,
they're not
eventually.
going to. They're not
If I
going
was a
to.
case maker right now, I'll be making all my smartphones, no matter which brand, with MagSafe. Pataka's
Yeah.
doing that, and I think I don't get why companies don't do that. It's just a
Yeah,
little
they could.
accessory. It's
It's literally a magnet ring.
I mean,
Yeah, they
yeah.
give you the magnet ring. I'm like,
There you
make
go.
cases with it.
You can just
Make
buy yourself
MagSafe.
a little.
Yeah,
magnet
that's
ring.
what I got. Yeah, I made a video on
How
that.
many people that don't have iPhones would get cases like that to get iPhone accessories?
Really?
I
Really? No,
ordered
seriously.
one for my Moment case for my Pixel 6 Pro.
Yeah.
When I first got it, I ordered a case for it because it had the MagSafe,
Mhm.
but shipping issues and it never shipped out. So
So like
But yeah.
Pataka, they have an S22 Ultra case. They have the MagSafe ring on it. I said,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey Pataka, you want to send someone? Because I would use it because I have MagSafe accessories I use every day.
everywhere,
And
yeah.
I feel like if we're gonna just, I mean, it's something that I feel like it's no problem other companies copy. I'm like, hey, bring it to cases. That's one way they can do it without having to bolt other things. It's just magnets at that point. And I
And
hope
see, here's the thing with MagSafe is like everybody's all like, oh well, it's just charging. Why don't I just plug it? No, I mean, okay, the puck and everything that's cool, but I'm talking about like charging stations, like
yeah.
car mounts.
Yeah.
You just pop it on there, you pop it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a 3-in-1 MagSafe charger at my bedside. You just pop it on there and you pop it off. Just the convenience
Hey,
of just
Yeah.
I think
it
if I
lines
was a
up.
case manufacturer right now, I'll be putting MagSafe in every phone that I can, and to
At
not
least
having
one. I feel like
technology.
every company should have at least one, but it's literally like 3 good ones out there. Pataka, Moment, and other. Yeah,
For
for
Android,
Android
yeah,
anyway.
pretty much
For
it.
Android, more people are doing it for Apple, but yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah,
would
see,
do
So-
if they did that with the SE, just
Yeah.
to have it mainstreamed like all of our phones.
To
have
join
it.
the rest of the lineup. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
so
don't
do you?
think they'll do it anytime soon.
So Mark, do you have an issue with them not updating the design of the SE or no?
Well, not really because it's not a phone for me, but I
Mhm.
am like when they do it eventually, that's when they'll have my attention because I there's nothing that I like more than
Yeah.
surface stuff like that. Like a new color, new finish, new shape, new design. Just
And they
something
still know that
is
there's people that
actually
want that
new,
touch
You know what I mean?
ID. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or either right, yeah. If they obviously there's people that like prefer it or see because then now that's another question. Now the question is, okay, I guess it's not official yet, but assuming that the rumors are true and they do release the same design, which is kind of the point of that lineup, anyways, to offer some sort of more of a value proposition by reusing or tweaking older parts. Say that they don't change it, same style. When then will they do it? When will Apple themselves get sick of that design?
Yeah.
Because that's I don't know.
That's a good
So
question.
I feel like this is my thought. I feel like they should just make the Mini the SE if they're getting rid of the Mini anyway.
They should do that.
I mean, it kind of is.
100%.
Don't they have the same screen size? 5.4.
Pretty much, but the price
Five.
is
Yeah, but the
significantly
price.
different.
But I can't see them doing a mini and making a profit for $400.
They're not.
I
I mean,
mean,
the SE has a 4.7-inch screen. That mini is a 5.4,
Yeah.
but the body
Okay.
itself is a lot smaller than the
Yeah.
SE.
Smaller than the SE, yeah. They
So the-
couldn't do a mini for the price.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. Like the allure of
Mhm.
the SE line has always been the
The
affordable
price.
iPhone.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm also thinking? I feel like the Mini itself has a bigger battery than the SE, even though the SE is the larger device, right? I know for the iPhone they kind of went to the stacked motherboard situation with so they can decrease the amount that the actual like
And it's
motherboard stays
curved.
inside the
Don't
phone.
forget that. You got
Mhm.
that curve going on too for the SE. So that's
Yeah,
probably cutting
you also
away
have the
at
curve.
usable
But
space.
I'm wondering if
Oh,
they're
yeah.
actually gonna. I wonder if they're gonna redo the internals to allow for a bigger battery for those 5G antennas. Because if the Mini itself can have a larger battery significantly than the SE, I wonder if they're gonna do something different at least to manage or just give a slightly better battery life. Because I feel like if they put 5G in that phone, what in the world's gonna happen to that phone in a year and a half? Like,
Right.
You know
2
what I
years.
think that they would probably do, and
do
and
you
I
think,
don't
Ace?
know. I haven't seen any schematics. All I know is that it's going to be the SE, new chip, better battery, everything
Yeah.
else is pretty much the same. They might make it a little thicker,
I
just
hope.
like they did this year. Just make it a little bit thicker.
For a bigger battery,
For a bigger battery. Yeah.
but of the
They
same
need
battery
to.
tech, no new battery. It wouldn't make sense to me that they would
They would not
unveil
put that in
new
the
battery
cheapest.
tech in their cheapest iPhone.
No.
Yeah,
No.
but like you
Yeah,
said, like,
they
hey,
wouldn't.
make it slightly bigger, and they won't. They don't care about.
I feel
Especially
like they
since it's
wait.
something they've been known to reuse.
I feel like if they're doing 5G tech within the phone, they're gonna have to redesign the internals of the phone or something. There's no way
And-
they're gonna. There's
and they
no
might
way
as
they're
well
gonna keep the
try to
same
fit a bigger
design
battery.
inside and internals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their software is not that good.
I mean, 5G is
It's
only
good,
now
but it's not
barely,
that
like
good.
getting okay. Like
I
I've
I kid
been
you
getting
not. I kid you not. Even 5G. Oh god, I hate.
I
I
mean, it
know.
was
I
crammed
still
so
have it
heavily
off.
in
I don't even have it
2020.
on.
This will be the second year now of its rollout.
Man,
Oh,
I have
that's
5G ultra
mainstream.
wideband, slightly not millimeter wave, the mid band that he just released from Verizon here in Gainesville. But most of the time, I'm so barely ever like. I kid you not, Verizon has probably one of the weirdest things. I can never pull down sometimes just a website here in Florida. It just doesn't load. I can have almost full bars, will not load. I'm just like, what in the world is this?
That happens on the Wi-Fi over here for me. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm on Wi-Fi, and then I tap the thing, and then boop, like a GIF loads or something. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
I
what
have
it
to
is.
go to my friend. She has
But full bars.
AT&T. Yeah, I would have full
Mhm.
bars. I would have to go to my friend with AT&T because I couldn't. I was in a parking lot, could not go to the parking app. iPhone 13 Pro Max on Verizon's top plan. Can't even load it with full bars. My friend gets on her iPhone 11 Pro on AT&T, loads it up immediately. No 5G,
Yeah.
none of that.
Yeah.
Yet she could load it up every time my phone doesn't work. I go to her phone and be like, I know your phone's gonna work for some reason because AT&T just works better here. Verizon
Mhm.
never
See, that's
works.
one benefit of having, like, see, you're really screwed when you and your partner have. It's like, ah, damn. Let me see if you also have Sprint. I'm like, no. But sometimes even not even because sometimes I'll be with someone where we're both on Sprint, but I'm like, why is yours working and mine's not working, and we have the same carrier? It's like that's not fair.
Yeah. What is it? Is it the end of this month or mid next month or something? Like all 3G's gone. Like I think
that's-
T-Mobile
it's
got rid
coming
of
soon.
it.
My
and
notice was March
AT&T's
1st,
getting ready
or-
to shut
Yeah,
it
it's-
off.
yeah, it's,
I got a
think it might be
3G,
next
like-
month. Thank you for the
a
video
3G
idea.
box from Sprint that they gave me years ago. That's going to be disconnected on the
Forgot
1st.
about that.
So
Yeah,
you're
they're
sharing those
just like,
profits,
no,
right?
911.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
You don't want to know how much I make from TikTok? If the video gets 1 million views, I get $20.
Hey, that's a case of beer.
Hey, $20 is $20.
Yeah, $20 is $20. That's true. It is
Yeah,
$20.
man. For 1 million views, you'd hope for more than that.
That's a quarter
Yeah.
tank of gas, depending on your vehicle, and prices of gas.
Oh,
also.
and it takes 2
man.
months to get paid to you, so that's also a thing.
Oh God.
Ooh, Mark,
should
what are
charge
you
them.
guys paying for gas out there in Cali?
Me nothing because I don't drive right now. But
No, but you seen
if I were to guess, probably $4.35 or something for like regular.
Good Lord.
That sounds like a yeah, I think it's like that.
Yeah.
So if you have premium,
It's
you're like
insane.
probably 450, I would guess 479 at somewhere like Chevron or
We're
Shell.
at, we're at
They're
309.
Basically $5.
And,
You got
Tech
$5?
for your need. He said I can go on turn off 5G. Yeah, no, that's on 4G LTE. that's on any network for Verizon for me. It could be 4G, LTE, 5G, doesn't matter.
Why would
It
we
just
turn
won't
off
work.
features?
I shouldn't have
Like, for
to.
your
Save
needs?
battery.
But I can tell you right now, Verizon for me, where I live, trash, awful.
I got
Hate
AT&T.
it.
So why
I've
do
been
you
with
have
AT&T
them?
for years.
But I'm on my
Yeah,
family's
I
plan.
have AT&T too.
Aha.
I'm still on my parents'
So you
plan.
can't
Not paying for a
complain.
new plan.
So you're riding the coattails there.
I'm riding that until I can't anymore.
You have to. They know that too. They're like, hey, this guy's on the family plan. Let's go ahead and throttle him.
Oh my god! Oh, no, I had to upgrade because of that.
The
He's not gonna
So they
throttle.
complain. He
change
doesn't pay the
anything.
bills.
They're like, upgrade, you get better speeds. No, not at all.
Oh, also careful when you do that too. If you do accept any one of their new deals or something for like a plan, careful what the plan includes and will get rid of that you have in your
I
plan.
went through all of that.
They may not offer or honor or carry because that's what they want you to do a lot of the times. They've done that, like they've transitioned so many plans where eventually they like basically just force me to do it. Like, oh, we had to transition you, but here's what you're getting too. Because I'm like, wait, what the hell is it? I'm like, why are you charging me $10 more? They're like, oh, but you get 50 gigs of hotspot or whatever. I'm like, but I never. But you have it now, yay!
Yeah,
You know?
no, Verizon did that to us. They would not give us any of the trade-in deals, anything, unless we upgrade our plan.
Oh, God.
And if it could have, it did make it cheaper for us to upgrade the plan. But then they also said you need to do paperless transfer from a bank account or use our own Verizon credit card. You can't use your own credit card anymore to gain points from the bill. If you do, you just have to pay $50 extra. If you pay paperless, you get that discounted price. I was like, oh,
That's
great.
insane.
I think
Great.
with AT&T, we did something like that to get the ultimate plan or something like that. But all we had to do was
The mega
direct
ultra
deposit, and it ended up being
premium
cheaper than what we were already doing.
They don't want you to get them points.
We gotta get Sneed up on here. I'm sure he's heard probably worse stuff, like making people give up grandfather
Oh yeah.
data plans and probably like upgrade fees or stuff like that.
Dude, I remember
pretend
back
to
in the
waive.
day with AT&T, because that was the only place that you could get. Wait, was it Singular then? I can't remember. The
That was
only
way
place
back,
you could
yeah.
get an iPhone. So we were
Like
for the
after
longest
AT&T's
time.
monopoly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
for the longest time, they kept changing our plan, or had all these different plans that they were making people upgrade to, but we were, grandfathered in or something like that. So, that was pretty neat. So,
Yeah, because they'll mess with your like either the data or the minutes or if you look careful too, they can do like you remember when they were charging for premium data?
oh
Like,
yeah,
when like flagships were the rate and they were like, oh, you want a flagship? Oh, that's a $10 more, $20 more a month fee just because like why? It's like, oh, it's a premium device, so you need premium data. I'm like, wow.
call me after 7:00. I have free.
Yeah.
minutes.
I remember
Oh,
that.
those are the days, bro. Those are the days.
Yeah. I gotta get going.
Yeah, I am wrapping this up anyway.
Yeah,
Alright.
myself did not record many videos today, and I'm behind.
Oh, go, bro. Go full force. Go for it.
Oh my god, don't even.
So
Made
yeah,
some
I'm
Galaxy S3 content I've been making today for some nostalgic.
a Galaxy S3.
We need 5 videos from you in 3 days.
Yeah, I just bought
Completed
I actually just bought a S2 because I'm doing an AT&T trade-in for the Ultra and then just gonna pay it off. They're giving $800 for a Galaxy S2 for an S2. So there's an AT&T plan right now where basically every single Galaxy Note or S that you trade in will give you an $800 credit for AT&T.
Well, see, that's what we did with
I just took it.
iPhone. You were getting $800 for. We got $800 for iPhone 8 Plus or iPhone 8. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just bought like a $30 S2 and gonna maximize on it. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching this, and as always, I appreciate my guests for joining me tonight. I am going to wrap this up now, so if you have not already, just like the video if you can, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I appreciate you guys for joining me.
Hey,
See you later.
Thanks for having us on,
Thank you
man.
for having me. Have a good night, y'all.
Peace and love, y'all.
Good night, everybody.